So the $64,000 question in the study of consciousness is, how can you get some kind of explanation of consciousness wholly in terms of processes in the brain? I mean, in so many other fields, physical explanation has been successful. We've explained chemistry in terms of physics and biology in terms of chemistry, and even quite a few bits of psychology in terms of biology, and so on. So it's natural to hope it might work for consciousness too. But there seems to be this big gap in the case of consciousness. No matter how complicated the system of neurons you're looking at and how complex their interactions, it's just very hard to see how this kind of interaction is going to give you subjective experience. And I actually think this is for systematic reasons. The kinds of explanations you get from looking at a physical system from a third-person point of view are great for certain sorts of problems, explaining what it is that systems do, how they behave, so how I walk, how I talk, how I use language. That's a question about what it is that I do. To solve those questions, you just need to find the right mechanism, a mechanism in the brain that brings about that kind of behavior. So some of the problems of consciousness are of that form. How is it that I can point at you? How is it that I can say something in response to a stimulus? But these are what I think of as the easy problems of consciousness. The question that really gets us going in the science and the philosophy of consciousness is what I call a hard problem. How is it that all this physical processing in the brain gives you subjective experience? Why does it feel like something from the first-person point of view? And the trouble is that all of these third-person explanations of brain and behavior and so on, no matter how objectively satisfying, always seem to leave this further question open. Why is all that accompanied by subjective experience? And my own view is, at least, is that for systematic reasons, any purely neurobiological explanation is never going to answer that question, the hard problem. So we need something else in the explanation.